All right, it is now Tuesday, and here's where I'm at with sanding. So, the big sander misses some spots. So first, let me give you an example of that. So, I've gotten to where that sander is. So see all these boards? I'm okay with a little bit of white, but since we've gone this far, stuff like this board, I'm not okay with that. So I'm getting that. So what I ended up doing is this whole side of the deck is done. 100 grit all the way done. But about here, it was taking me so long with the 100 grit that I had gotten to about here with the 100 grit. And I decided, you know what, on this section, I'm going to do the 60. So I'm running 60 grit here just to take off the main stuff. Now you'll see there's going to be a bunch of boards. The first ones, I don't know why, if they were uneven or what. I had a lot more work in there, but see like that, I'm going to run these boards looking for the bad spots. So there's a little bit in here, but I want to knock it down with the 60 grit. This board's really bad, but see, I've gotten from this tree. You can see kind of where I stopped. So it's just a small section, but to me, if it takes another couple hours, it's, whether I got to eat the cost or whatever, it's just worth it. We've gone to this length. I should be able to get all the staining done tomorrow still. I don't want to skip, I want it to be done and done correctly without cutting any corners because I'm getting behind. So anyway, there's not a lot of red left. You can see I've gotten all the edges down to here. So I'm going to run all this. I see a select few boards. I'm assuming it'll take me about 2 more hours to be completely done sanding. Then I'm going to blow all this off and we're going to get to staining. Hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow, I want to have the top cap, the posts and everything, and the deck stained. That's my goal. I bought 5 gallons of Sierra Redwood. So that's the other thing in the cost. So if we're doing 2 coats like we had talked about, we can either do the second coat later in the season and I come back. We'll just have to see how it absorbs. I believe it was $259 plus whatever fees. So it's about $265, $270 after tax for a 5-gallon bucket. Plus I have this other gallon. So we'll run through that and just see where it gets us. So we had the sander rental, about 3 things of sandpaper. It's not a whole lot. Will probably be about 1,000 in material, probably about 2,000 in labor. I'm thinking it'll end up being around 80 hours of labor total. Right now, I'm not quite there. So that's what I'm thinking is we'll probably be around the $5,000 mark. But if there's any issues at this point, just let me know. I'll work with you. Maybe we can do some cash mixed in there or whatever. I just want to get it done correctly. You've been awesome to work with. And the main thing is that you're happy. You don't strike me as somebody who's not willing to pay fair wage for a good job. So we'll meet in the middle. I'll go over all the costs. We can go over the hours I was here. But for now, we're actually getting somewhere. And it looks really good. It's going to take the stain nicely. I just like to go over it with 100 grit after I do the 60. So everything's uniform. The penetration of the stain is going to stay the same. It'd be great to go over it with 60 and call it. But what I'm just going to do is after I do the 60, it's just a real quick buzz back and forth. Real quick just to knock off any burrs from the 60 grit. Then we're going to go ahead and start staining. I've got the stairs over there to sand. And, all in all, it's not a ton of staining. I don't think I'm going to spray. I back brush anyway. So to me, you're going to get the best penetration if I just go ahead and brush it all. Yes, it takes a little bit longer. But with spraying, I'd have to mask off the whole side of the house. There's material there. There's time there. Dealing with wind, all that crap. And then, if it soaks in before I get to it with a brush, I just feel better when I get a brush and I push it in while it's wet into every knot, every little nook and cranny. Because at the end of the day, put a lot into this. When you get to it, I want it to be like a brand new deck. I mean, that's what I'm going for. The only upside to spraying would be that we can get in these grooves. So perhaps we do the second coat that way. That'll be up to you. I think the best thing for the first coat is to really just get it in there. So anyway, you see where we're at. Hopefully everything looks good to you. This is the most in-depth refinish I've done. We've got the railing here. And we'll just see where we're at the end of tomorrow. But it's moving along.